Hey, this is Chuck with Metal Wani. I'm talking with Phil Anselmo from Superjoint. Phil, how are you doing, man?
Excellent, brother.
Awesome, man. It's great to see you. So, caught up in the Gears US Tour Part 1. It's just been on the road for just about a week. How's it been going so far?
I think it's been awesome.
Cool.
Fucking killer. Great crowds. And playing tiny holes in the wall, which people realize, anybody that knows me, I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Intimate, real, no bullshit, one song into the next, just fucking
charging
like, good old blast from the past,
Yeah.
like the old school shows.
That's awesome, man. So cool. So, Caught Up in the Gears of Application is the new album.
Yeah.
That is a mouthful. So, so what's the story behind that name?
It's basically just living in modern technology, living in the day of modern technology and how it affects all of our lives, good ways, bad ways, indifferent ways, and just, I guess how it's changed, how it's changed our way about taking in news, taking in what's perceived to be news, what could be news, what could not be news.
Right.
It's the whole. I'm not going to get into it because there's enough of it out there, but the whole fake news versus faker news. It's like, oh fuck, what are we going to do now?
No shit. It's like we got to start over.
It's really more of I guess you get to pick your poison. It's like, it seems like the way things are written these days, they're going to lean one way or the other politically.
Right.
And people get to choose what kind of rings more true for them, whether it's the truth or not.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
crazy. All right, man. So the new record, it's another portrayal of yours and Jimmy's, musical credibility that's been established through the passion and the artistic acumen, through and through. It's been, a lot of things have changed over the last decade. It's been about 12 years since Superjoint was a band. What was a trigger for pulling this back together?
Well, first and foremost, I didn't even think I'd be doing Superjoint again, but before we did the second Housecore Records Festival, Horror and Film Festival, Corey Mitchell, my co-founder, rest in peace, he and Kate Richardson were just constantly, come on, Phil, you gotta do this, just do Superjoint,
right?
Because the year before we did Down, and I'm in a lot of different bands, obviously, so it's like, fuck. Superjoint, why sees that? Corey was really, man, Superjoint, man, Superjoint. So finally, at the very last minute, it was like, let me hit up Jimmy, see how he feels about it. And surprisingly, he was up for it, and bringing Blue and Steve aboard was just common sense because, of my relationship with them, with the Illegals and whatnot. Excellent musicians and cool motherfuckers to boot, and so then hitting up Kevin Bond. Kevin's down for anything, so it was really once we got into the jam room when we looked looked around and saw that there was nothing but love in the room, and the jams were coming across cool, that it was fun. You know, it was fun again, and that's very imperative with music, you know, that you have fun. And one thing that you had touched on before is, you know, the chemistry of Superjoint. I think it's very important to, you know, I guess when you have a set band that has its own specific sound, that you stay as true to that sound as possible. And at first it seemed like a daunting task until you put on Slip It In or fucking My War, and then it's like, oh, that's where we are. That's what we were trying to fucking do, you know. But you know, in our own little slippery New Orleans kind of way. So, you know, learning and then rediscovering that part of it was pretty easy, actually. So
cool.
Great group around us, and you know, without Kate and Buddy especially, Corey Mitchell is one of his final requests of me. If it weren't for Corey and Kate, you know, I don't think any of this would be happening, but I'm glad it is.
Yeah.
I really am. I'm so glad it is. The crowds have been so appreciative, and it's so surprising seeing youngsters, and it's funny. I'll ask the audience, how many 20-year-olds we got? 20, 25-year-olds in the audience, and they'll be like, depending on the night, you know, some will be half and half. Most are like, you know, 20 people raise their hands. It's like, holy shit. And then I'll go, how many 40 and older in the audience? You know, so it's like, but either
That's
way,
awesome.
Normally it's a good combo.
Right.
But to see the people singing the words of, from the new album and all that stuff, it feels great, man, and the love that I'm getting from people, that we're getting from people.
Awesome.
It's
awesome.
It's fucking fun.
That's great, man. So, new album, you know, it's a frenzied ball of rage, man. I love the brutal pace of it.
Thank you.
I've read that you are no fan of social media, and I'm thinking that maybe clickbait and burning the blanket are a response to that kind of animosity.
The whole album.
The whole album?
Yeah. Absolutely. Burning the blanket for sure. Clickbait for sure. I just, right now, I can see in the country, shit, I can't even go to my local newspaper, you know, and without seeing some bullshit, divisive bullshit, I say again, article written with the blurring of linear time, and it's like, man, no, I'm not buying into this, because really I just clicked on to this page to find out what the fucking New Orleans Saints were going to do. You know? It's like, fuck, I don't need to read all this fucking shit, man. Just tell me who the fucking Saints are going to sign.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's not that I'm against social media, but it's like, there are imperfections, like with anything, you know, life is one giant imperfection.
Right.
But still, we deal and we cope. And I deal and cope with social fucking media, which is truly anti-social media.
Yeah.
And
that's a good point.
That's the fucking true point. And you know, it'd be one thing if they could put out their divisive articles, but it's a whole nother thing to put in a comment section.
Yeah.
You know, no matter what line of work you may be in, you know, you could be writing about social climate of America in general. You could write about music, you could write about boxing, you could write about football. With the comment section there, everybody's an expert, everybody's a mind reader, everybody is,
oh, shit.
know, they know better than you do.
Yeah.
And I'm calling bullshit. I'm calling absolute bullshit on that. I am.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's one thing to write an article and have your opinion out there because, oh Lord, go to a music site, heaven forbid.
Yeah.
And your failed musicians are sitting there writing their fucking goddamn opinion pieces on your music, and it's like, good or bad, it's like, number one, I got sent the link because I'm not searching it out.
Right.
Number two, I don't go to music websites because I know what I like already.
Right.
And unless they're teaching me about bands or informing me about bands that I could possibly like, that would be one thing. But you go to, it seems like, you know, it's like, as rare as I do end up on one, like a friend of mine will send me something, check this out.
Yeah.
I'll check it out. And then it makes me wonder, wow, they feel this way about this band. Wow, I wonder why. And then you go to reviews underneath that, this whatever website it is. And you go through the reviews, and every review, the guy reviewing or the two guys reviewing hate everything. They fucking hate it's like, well, when does the jealousy end? And when do you see, when is there anything truly informative within the articles that might possibly turn some people on to, you know, a new band in a way that might be helpful or fucking,
right,
you know,
or just some good critical thought.
Some critical thought. Thank you. And I hope yes, you said it, and I hope it goes in the goddamn article. and hey man, you know, I'm with you 1,000%.
Yeah.
I lost my allergy medicine.
Oh, no.
I think I took it, but anyway, go ahead.
All right. So it's great to see you touring with the dudes in Child Bite.
Good guys, great guys, talented band.
Yeah, I love those dudes. So how did you guys get connected? I think I heard a story that was through a mutual love of anal cunt. Is that true?
Well, yeah, that of course, but once again, to bring up Kay Richardson, she went to high school with the lead singer, Sean.
Oh, Sean?
So I was visiting one Christmas. Kate and I went down to visit her family. And Sean came over and we talked it up, and I had listened to plenty of Child Bite. I knew they were extremely talented. As a matter of fact, I think they had opened for Down previously to that. So I told Sean what I would like to hear out of Child Bite, and I think he really took it to heart. And they started delivering, man. And it's not like they never did. They always delivered, but even more so they did delivered and scaled down and found the correct musicians that could help them progress, I would think. And really, they just write fucking fantastic, unique music in the modern age. And can't say enough about them. Very energetic band live and musically. Gosh, man, a cross between Black Flag, Jesus Lizard, but still comes across as childlike and only childlike. Round of applause. And that, my friends, is called innovation.
Right.
And that is what I love about music. Innovation.
Awesome, man. So it seems like you are constantly in like one project after another. You're always going, man. You got anything in the works after the Superjoint tour?
I'm sitting on 5 finished records.
No
right
shit.
Now. 5.
That is awesome.
And they're all different and they're all tripped out, and some's heavier, some's heavier than heavy, and then some is not, I guess, sonically. I guess you wouldn't be able to stuff it into the heavy metal category at all.
That's cool.
I think it's the love of all the many genres. Honestly, it's a set of songs that have grown up with me since I was, some of them, geez, man, since I was like first able to pick up the guitar, little things that I just had written along the way. And these songs have grown up with me and advanced and grown, and the number of the songs have grown, and the input. And I can't give Steve Taylor, the bass player for Superjoint, he's really incredibly, what's the word I'm looking for? Creative guitar player.
Cool.
He's my main man right now, and if it weren't for him, we probably wouldn't have half of these mysterious songs I'm talking about here. So, but hey, man.
So is that coming out this year?
I think this year.
Yeah.
If I have to dump some 3 albums just to get this fucking music out, I'm gonna do it. So one way or another.
Awesome. So that'd be cool, man. I'm looking forward to hearing that.
I'll just do it.
Yeah.
Just fucking do it.
Yeah.
And of course we'll always have, the hard copies, vinyl and stuff like that for the collectors. So fuck it.
Awesome. That's great, man. So let's see here. Another question for you. Oh, yeah. So any update on Down? You got any plans in the works with those guys?
There is a rumored jam session supposedly here in the next month or so, or once we get off tour on this leg. And we got Bobby out here with us, who's a guitar player in Down, obviously, and he's out here giving us a hand in it, pardon me. And he's got a few pieces that he and I are working on, and so it's always flowing, so that's
think something will be out this year?
It's a wonderful thing. I don't know about this. I don't know, man. You never fucking know. I don't know. Because I'm going to, like I said, man, I'm going to be, I think my point is this year is that you're not going to be able to stick me under a blanket. You're not going to be able to throw a blanket over me. You're not going to be able to put me in any little fucking box musically or whatever.
Right.
I'm going to confuse the living fuck out of people. Happily.
That sounds great, man.
Yeah, and
That sounds great.
Down is part of it as well, because down, you know, you can get away with all kind of stuff, you know, fucking heavy metal songs, Stone the Crow type songs, and just basic acoustic in me, and you know, fuck, man, we write all kinds of, in types of genres within genres within genres.
Yeah, cool.
All influenced by Black Sabbath.
Awesome, the masters. So it seems like you know, this period of time that two bands are going on tours. They are doing like these VIP packages where it gives, you know, fans an access to the artist and gets, you know, maybe a photo or something like that with them. You and, you know, Superjoint have always seemed like you're very open to your fans and haven't necessarily embraced that kind of thing. What's your thought about that trend of the VIP package?
It's up to the audience, really. It's up to, it's there. It's there for them to indulge in if they'd like to, and if they do, then shit, man. I adore meeting great people with stories, great people with advice on new music that might be out there, or, you know, they want to share stories about their back injuries. That's always fun. Shit like that, you know. Or just talk football, man. You know, just be real and be down to earth with fucking people. I love it. I fucking love it, man. You know, it's a big difference than alone time before the gig, relaxing, being focused, and walking straight to the stage, doing my job, coming off the stage, cooling down, and then stripping away all of that concentration, so to speak. And then it gives you that fucking opportunity just to sit back, be a regular motherfucker, toke a little bit of fucking weed, shake some fucking hands, and fucking meet the people that are supporting you, because I love to remind them, and I mean this from the bottom of my still ticking heart. The band doesn't choose the audience choose the band, and look, that's the truth of it, and that's how it works out. It works both ways. We work together on this. So when they say, Phil, man, you know, your music, it means so much to me, and shit like that, I have to retort and say, sir, or madam, or young brother, or young sister, your support, without your support, my songs, my existence, and all that shit would mean zero, man. It would mean fucking zero. So, constant, unending props to the true fans out there, and I mean that, man.
Cool, man.
Love.
Awesome. That's great. So, given the state of the music business today, if you were just starting off on your musical adventure, do you think you'd be in a hardcore metal band right now?
Shit, yeah. Fuck yeah. Yeah, definitely. But the only thing I can add to that is that I have always, you go back and do your research, I've always advocated for knowing where that chicken and the egg came from. Do your homework, study the old bands and how music has progressed, and just know that there is tons of music out there that, in my opinion, I guess, where it's extreme, although not heavy metal.
Right.
It's just as extreme, you know, whether it be content or content within lyrics and whatnot. Excuse me, I got a little sidetracked.
That's okay, man.
And but you know, there can be very, very heavy content within music without it being heavy metal. So I think I'd be the same guy, man. I think I'd be writing all kinds of shit. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Awesome. So you've worked with like a ton of great musicians over the course of your career.
I have.
Is there anybody that you haven't worked with yet that you would like to collaborate with?
Man, the shit, there's so many people, man. I would love to, and I think it might happen. Well, actually, it already did happen. I've collaborated with Jarbo before, but I would love to have her do some stuff on my stuff. I would love to collaborate with Delilah Kairos, and that's a band I would like to definitely give big giant props to, because we got to mix the record, me and Steven the big fella Berrigan, he's my main engineer at Nosferatu's Lair. There's a band called SYK, and I think it's sick, but they're from Italy, and they are grinding, and they are ferocious, and they are different, and they are innovative, and they are fronted by a young lady by the name of Delilah Kairos, and if she's not one of the greatest singers of our time right now, then she's pretty fucking close.
Awesome.
And she's amazing, man.
Wow.
Like, insane amazing. And, SYK's new record is
I'll have to
called
check it out.
Opticon. And it is a whale of a listen, and a great listen. But, what was the original question?
Just anybody else that you haven't collaborated with.
Oh, man, shit. I mean, if I had the opportunity, for God's sakes, guys like Nick Cave or it's still not very real to me that David Bowie's gone.
Yeah.
Or Prince or someone like that. Jesus, someone to really get down and get soulful with. Stevie Wonder, love to. Morrissey, I'd love to.
That would be a trip.
Fuck, man. One dude I've never met, but I'd love to. I think, I hope so. David Lee Roth, you know.
Oh.
Shit, man, I've never met the man.
Really? I would have thought you guys would cross paths.
I know. It seems like it. You know what? I did get a phone call at my hotel room one night in the 90s, and it was Dimebag. And he's like, motherfucker, you ain't gonna believe who I just smoked a fucking joint with in the fucking bathroom. I'm like, who would that be, Dimebag? David Lee Roth. Almost threw the phone in the air. I'm like, Jesus, why didn't you? What the?
Crazy, man. All right, I just have one other question for you.
Lay it on me.
What is your favorite breakfast food?
Breakfast food. Lunch. Lunch. I am not. A cup of coffee, I'll say that.
Right.
Black coffee keeps you regular, you know.
Yeah.
You gotta stay regular.
That's right, man.
Especially at our age.
That's for sure, man. Oh, Phil, I thank you so much, man, for talking with us.
Bless you, man. Great.
Really appreciate it.
Great fucking interview, man.
Thanks, man. All right.